Time to review some hardware for you guys. In this one, it's the MOZA HGP Shifter. I'm going to do an unboxing, give you my thoughts, and let you know exactly how to use this H-pattern shifter from MOZA. Now, MOZA did send me this for free to review. However, MOZA do not have any creative control over what I say about this product. I'm going to give you my exact, full, honest review and opinion. Let's get it unboxed. Opening the lid of the HGP shifter box, we see some foam inserts. We've got the ball, the gear knob ball thing. Yeah, so that's a heavy, dense bit of aluminum, depending where you're from. We've got a few instruction sheet with a few pointers on how to get started. Then we have a bag containing all of the hardware that's required to assemble the shifter. Then we have a bag containing two cables. One of the cables is the direct transmit port cables, which goes from the shifter to your wheelbase if the port is available, and the other cable is a USB cable to plug from the shifter straight into your PC directly via USB. Then we have the big meat of the box here. This is the shifter. It comes in the foam to make it nice and secure and safe during transport, and a little bit of a bag to keep everything nice and secure. Now we've got it properly out of the box, we get to put our hands on this, and I've got to say, this is a solid bit of equipment. It looks like machined aluminum, depending where you're from. Incredibly positive H-pattern shifter. It is a 7-speed shifter. Not that I know many cars with a H pattern that do have 7 gears, guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any. And it does have reverse gear. The top gear knob is a large threaded bolt. I'm hoping this will be industry standard gear knob threads, but let's just screw this on now. Again, incredibly sturdy piece of equipment, and I've got to say, guys, this feels incredibly high quality. I've been through H-pattern shifters in real cars that are much lower quality than what I have in my hands right now. On the base there are lots of threaded holes in various different bolt patterns. There are also plenty of slots and holes at the front and rear of the shifter to give you almost unlimited possibilities for where you can mount this shifter on your cockpit or rig. It does have a transit port, which is an RJ45 style connection, and a USB-A connection here, whether you want to plug directly into your PC via USB or whether you want to plug directly into your wheelbase, like my MOZA R5 wheelbase does have the shifter port on the back, and I can plug directly from this H-pattern shifter into the R5 wheelbase, and then whatever I choose to plug my wheelbase into, it only requires one onward USB cable, which helps to reduce the amount of cables going to your PC. So guys, there's not a lot I can say about this other than it feels incredibly sturdy, and it is such a positive click through the gears. I've got to try and find some negatives, and the only thing I can really see is that perhaps my stick is a little off center from between 3rd and 4th, although it does shift between 3rd and 4th particularly well. Maybe that's just a difference in my unit, but it has no effect on the way the unit performs. Now, because it is quite a large H-pattern shifter, reverse and 7th gear do require you to push down on the gear knob to select these. You cannot go into reverse or 7th gear by mistake, which I think is a really good thing. 7th gear will incredibly rarely be used, and obviously reverse gear will only be used when you specifically want to get into reverse. So you're going to have no problems at all with hitting reverse by mistake. You can just slam straight into 1st gear, down into 2nd. It's absolutely no problem at all. If you do want to hit reverse, you push down all the way across and then into reverse, very much like many real cars have with the gate pattern to lock off that reverse gear by mistake. And then similarly, when you want to go into 5th and 6th gear, you can pull all the way to the right hand side and up into 5th, down into 6th with no problems at all. If you really want that 7th gear, it's pushed down all the way across and then into 7th gear. So after using the included screws that come with the HGP shifter and screwing it onto my GT Omega Classic wheel stand using the included kind of gear shift mounting port, it worked perfectly. So it's secured with 2 screws. It's incredibly well supported, so I'm pretty happy with that one. And you can really feel how positive all the gear changes really are, and if anything it's perhaps a little bit too positive, because it's a really stiff kind of clunk getting between the gears. It's fantastic, high quality piece of equipment, but it does rely on you having a really good rig setup, really secure, and I think it's borderline, maybe just a little bit too much for just a classic wheel stand. So if you want something more substantial than just a wheel stand, or something to mount your HGP shifter very securely, then make sure you check out the links in the description below to the GT Omega website, where I've got an exclusive discount code. CD5 is the discount code. You'll get you 5% off anything from GT Omega. Go and check that out, because I highly recommend having a very sturdy and secure rig to get the absolute maximum from this MOZA shifter. Now let's head into the MOZA Pithouse software to really configure the shifter and figure out exactly what you can do. Now MOZA do have a fantastic mobile app, but I don't think you can configure the shifter through the mobile app. I think it's only the Pithouse PC software where this is available. And looking down the left hand side here, also I think first thing is important to note, I'd highly recommend, in fact I think it's probably required to properly have the full functionality of the HGP shifter, is to also have the third clutch pedal available from MOZA. So I've had mine installed and it works fantastically. Very smooth operation. You can change the curves of this clutch pedal if you want to make it behave a little bit more like a car clutch. And what I highly recommend doing is to short calibrate your clutch pedal to give you a lot of dead zones, so you can basically overthrow the clutch to make sure the clutch is fully engaged. So most road cars have the bite point approximately halfway up the clutch pedal travel, so I would definitely under calibrate your clutch pedal. But to configure the shifter specifically, we choose the one that looks exactly like the shifter, the icon here, and here we have it on screen. So there's a couple of features that this shifter will allow you to do. It will allow you to have auto blip on downshifts. We can turn that on or off. It's a feature just here. We can also change the amount of throttle blip that is applied. So in this particular example it's set to 80%, and then we can also change the duration that throttle is applied for. So 300 milliseconds is the default here, so you can quickly choose some presets for full, long, or you can just choose it by numerical value. But I have got that set to off because I want to be doing stuff manually. I think having these hardware peripherals which allow you to really replicate the real life cars that we love to drive, let's go full manual, guys. Let's do that. You can choose to calibrate. Let's see what it is here. So this is basically to calibrate going into the different gears. Mine was perfectly fine without touching that, but if you do have a problem, feel free to calibrate here. So there's the picture of the shifter, and then down here we've got the readout, so we can literally just whack it into first gear. It selects first, into second, to second, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear, and then downshift into seventh gear, and that's working perfectly. Press down and into reverse, and every gear is working perfectly as we expect. So there's the installation, guys. It was absolutely completely simple. Initially when I tested it, I didn't even bother to open the Pithouse software. It just worked automatically. These are the default settings. I probably wouldn't recommend changing any of these default settings. They're going to work perfectly fine. With regard to which titles work with the shifter, then that is going to be down to each title, and there may be a compatibility list either on the MOZA website or in the racing game that you're choosing to play. I'm going a little bit oddball with this one because I'm all about Gran Turismo 7, and I will be using this shifter in Gran Turismo 7 through the Resolution 2 adapter, and let's see how this one works. So guys, let's see how it feels. I'm in a Mazda RX-8, a black one. In fact, I had a black one many years ago and I loved it. So we're at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, got the clutch in, get into first gear, away we go. Into second. Absolutely incredible. How good does that feel? It's so tactile and manual, so I will be braking with my right foot, clutch always on the left foot, as you would drive a normal car. And the feeling of just that extra level of control of the car is so good. Feet dancing between the pedals, clutching, shifting, it feels absolutely fantastic. Just gonna lay it into this corner here, just touching that curb. Oh, I'm loving this, guys, absolutely loving it. I think this could be third gear through here, just getting got a little bit light there. Car's just sliding. This is incredible. Now I am playing Gran Turismo 7 right now using resolution 2 adapter. If you do want to know more about getting MOZA working on PlayStation 5, then make sure you check out the video on screen right now. That's going to tell you everything you need to know to get the MOZA equipment working on PlayStation 5. And stay subscribed and tuned in for more reviews from MOZA products and how we get them working on PlayStation 5.